12 seconds to go in the game. Niners lead by 4. He'll fire to the right side.
The Vikings play the Cardinals at home, so let's talk about that game. And of course, starting off, and let's look at the injury report. Of course, Everson Griffin is still out with his mental illness thing. I don't know, have any idea if he'll be back for the remainder of the year. So, more Stephen Weatherly, and unfortunately, not any Tayshawn Bowers. He's dealing with an ankle injury, and he's already ruled out for the game. So this sucks. This was an opportunity for Bauer to get an extended playing time, and he's been dealing with this ankle injury for the last couple of weeks, and he just doesn't get the chance to prove that he's a decent, at least rotational defensive end, and that really sucks for him. I don't know if it's just a tough luck injury to where he can't play well, or it's just a little bit of a lack of toughness, which is what you'd really like to see. But hey, we have other guys that can perform, and they can come in rotation instead of Tayshawn. Going to the other player that is out is Riley Reef, so a lot more Rashad Hill at left tackle, and I think Brian O'Neill at right tackle, which should be a lot of fun to watch the rookie play some more, who's played at a very solid level, not game-changing, but I think at the very least the same levels of Rashad Hill. So I think if and when Riley Reef gets healthy, I'd like to see O'Neill stay at right tackle. And moving on to the last player that is out is Andrew Sendejo. So is this the time to free George Ilaka? I think it is. I think we'll have George Ilaka playing safety, and we'll keep Jaron Kearse in the box in that little 3 safety set that we like. This is what George Ilaka brings, is this tremendous depth at safety. And I think Jaron Kearse took a huge, monumental step forward in the Vikings defense. A lot of people said he was on the bubble. He was cut once George Ilaka is in. He plays a lot more. Not a lot of Anthony Harris, who potentially could be the one playing instead of Sendejo. That's what it's been in the past. But I think just how good Ilaka is, it'd be a crying shame if he's not the guy that's in there. So it'll be a really interesting way to see how this goes, especially with Sendejo has that groin injury. So if this keeps him out for a couple weeks, maybe if George Ilaka plays very well, it'd be tough for maybe Sendejo to win this job back. I mean, Ilaka would have to play very well, that's what I'm saying. Not like he just has to get 1 interception in 3 games and it's his job to lose. But this is an opportunity for maybe him to say, hey, I deserve this spot a little bit more than Sendejo. Then moving on, we have Trey Waynes had a concussion last week. He's cleared to play, and so is Marcus Sherrills, who had a rib injury, so he'll be back returning punts because Hughes has not been as advertised on his return game. He's been very much playing like a rookie, so it'll be good to see Marcus Sherrills back there. Trey Waynes has been playing very poor this season, but against a very lackluster Cardinals team. It's a chance for him to finally get back to his mediocrity that he had last year. But hopefully he can get back, maybe finally take a 3rd step forward. He did take a 1 step forward last year, and it'd be nice to see him just take it to the next level, and this would be a good chance for him to prove that he's a very solid number 2 corner. Then the last player that's to mention on the injury list is Dalvin Cook. He is questionable for the game. He had limited participation on Wednesday, but then had full participation on Thursday, which is interesting. I wonder, because on Friday he had limited participation again. I don't know if he had a little bit of a setback maybe. Maybe he played all Thursday's practice, got a little bit of tightness in his hamstring, and I don't know if he will play. If I was a betting man, he was questionable last week, questionable again this week, and I think it'll be the same thing. I think he'll sit this week. So a lot more Latavius Murray, a lot more Mike Boone and Rock Thomas. So it shouldn't be that big of an issue going against the Cardinals. And when it's more of an offensive line issue, I don't think you want Dalvin to take any unnecessary hits in the backfield when he's dealing with any type of a leg injury. So I would rather just let the guys that are healthy take the punishment back there between our god-awful offensive line. The Cardinals are fairly healthy. Sam Bradford's on this team, and he's probably the first time he's not in his career that he's not on the injury report, and he's not playing. They have a backup running back. Chase Edmonds has a back injury. He's questionable. Marcus Golden, their starting defensive end, he is questionable with a knee injury. DJ Humphries, offensive lineman, he's questionable. Mike Iupati, one of the most sought-after offensive guards in the last couple of years, he is questionable. And their defensive tackle, I don't feel like pronouncing his name, is questionable as well. And Andre Smith, the god right tackle, the best right tackle the Vikings ever had in their history, is questionable with a hamstring. He did not participate Wednesday and Thursday. So nobody's out, but about 4 or 5 players are questionable. So if you say it's 50% chance they play, that means 2 or 3 players do not play out of that list. So that gives the Vikings a little bit of an edge there, I suppose. Any less depth is good. So let's see what are the Cardinals good at. Let's look at how they are offensively. Of course, Josh Rosen, rookie quarterback under center, stole the job from god-awful Sam Bradford. Bradford, when healthy, was always probably a top 5, top 10 arm talent, and not showed off this year. He looked absolutely horrible. So Josh Rosen comes in and steals it from the luckiest quarterback to play, and helped their team, but their offensive rankings with Sam Bradford for most of the plays, but still very, very bad. The 31st ranked, second last offense, averaging 13 points a game. 210 yards is dead last. 146.6 pass yards a game is 31st, and running the ball 64.6 yards a game is 32nd. Hallelujah, we found a team that sucks more than us at running the football. Who would have guessed? So this is how awful their offense is. Now, it's a little bit different under Rosen. You see him being able to be a little bit more explosive, stepping up into the pocket, showing off his strong arm, and helps keep the plays alive a little bit better than Bradford did. You saw him use Kirk a lot in his rookie wide receiver. So I think they have weapons. Whether or not they want to use them, well, that's another story. Running the football, you would expect them to be okay. David Johnson is still their running back, and I think at the beginning of the year, he probably would still be considered in the top 5 running back, at least conversation, and he's averaging only 3.3 yards per carry, so, it sucks a lot to be a Cardinals fan this time around. Christian Kirk has 19 receptions for 234 yards, so a solid rookie receiver. Larry Fitzgerald has 17 for 176, definitely the bottom part of his career, but Larry's still a fantastic blocker. But when the running back's not doing well, maybe his blocking doesn't help as much when the rest of the team doesn't know how to block. So offensively, I don't see a reason to be scared, especially with the Vikings being some of their defensive mojo back last week against the Eagles. I don't think they'll be able to score much on us at all. How good are the Cardinals on defense? Well, a bigger, much more better team on defense. They're the 11th ranked overall defense, averaging 22.4 points a game. And that's huge. When their offense is so bad, still hanging right around the bubble of top 10, if they had any resemblance of an offense, it'd probably be in the 8th to 10th area. And so that's very good. When the defense is forced to be on the field for that long and only giving up 22 points, very, very solid. Remember, it makes me think of the Bears of last year. They do give up 391 yards a game, which is 24th. So that makes me assume that teams can run against them, but bend, but don't break. Defense forces field goals and you can't really score. 248.6 yards through the air is 13th, but teams can run on them, and they do it very, very well. 142.4 run yards a game against the Cardinals. When the Vikings suck at running, this is a perfect opportunity. I'm presuming that Dalvin will not play, but I want 80 yards from Latavius and a combined 50 from Rock and Mike Boone. Finally, over 100-yard team rushing day. And I think I and almost every Vikings fan will be very excited to see that. I think we can. I think it's very possible. And I think we will have a very good running game. Finally. This is a chance it's been repeated week in and week out throughout preseason, throughout training camp. The Vikings, the one thing that the Vikings are really good at this year is running the football, and we are second to last in that category. The offensive line has to step up, and this is the game where we turn the page and become a good running offense to balance our fantastic passing game. Let's look at the fantastic passing game. And Stefon Diggs against Patrick Peterson, probably a top 3, maybe top 5 corner. Very, very good, extremely fast. Won't be able to get that type of separation he usually does. So this will be a very tough game for Diggs. And I think Diggs will hover around 60 to 80 yards in this game, I think, which is still very solid. But when the Vikings are averaging close to 100 yards with Diggs, I think it's a step in the right directions for Patrick Peterson and coverage skills. And where does that leave Adam Thielen? Well, wide open again for about 130 yards. I think it'll be yet another 100-yard game for Adam. And I just don't, it's so hard to stop him. There's not many teams with a very good slot corner. And maybe if they still had the Honey Badger, but he's at home in Texas, they would have a better chance. But I think Adam will absolutely tear this team open, especially if we get those running game going, play action with Thielen and Rudolph in the middle of the field will just be too easy to complete. Diggs will get his passes. Hopefully Laquan can get in the action as well. Aldrick Robinson, again with that wide receiver 3 battle, will be very interesting to see if any of those can step up and say they are the guy. It'll be a lot of fun to see. But the Eagles just don't match up against us. We aren't going to get the Bills part 2. I think that was enough of a slap in the face to the Vikings, so that won't happen again. Rookie quarterback against Mike Zimmer's Hellfire defense, no chance. Minnesota Vikings 27, Cardinals 13. Give me your score predictions in the comments, and we'll see you guys for my game review. See you guys then.